guys, welcome back. As you may already know, we are currently in the process of building our e-commerce brand from scratch, and we are bringing you along for the ride. So welcome to episode 2 of Bringing It Back. Okay, so a lot has happened since episode 1, so we have so much to catch you guys up on. Essentially, we have now finalized the SLINKII collection and production is underway. Now, I can't fully reveal the entire collection, but I can kind of run you through the ethos behind what we've been trying to do.
I can give you a sneak peek over here. Don't want to keep it moving, no one can screenshot it.
I will actually show you guys my drawings and stuff, but essentially what I've been trying to create is a capsule collection that is your modern active wardrobe, so that all of the pieces in the capsule work together. They can be mixed and matched together to create a whole bunch of different outfits and sets that are really well balanced. I think it's always such a nightmare when you have like an activewear set and you're running out to Pilates and then you realize, oh, your sports bra's in the wash, but you want to wear the tights, and now suddenly you're like totally mismatched.
A lot of girls, they have like a full set, so like the pink set, the blue set, and they need to match to go together. It'd be far better if you had this mix and match scenario where everything works really well together, all the fabrics complement each other, all the colors complement each other, and you can just go, great, I'm gonna grab that, and you just know that whatever you bought from SLINKII actually works together.
It's literally a capsule active wardrobe, and it essentially will fill all of your activewear needs. So there's different tops and different pants, but they can all be mixed and matched together to create really beautiful outfits. And you can essentially do that yourself.
Basically, you've got to buy everything in the collection.
I would, honestly. So this has taken a little bit longer than I'd like to admit because I'm a bit of a perfectionist with this sort of stuff, but at this point I am so proud of what is in production and I can't wait to show it to you guys. I can show you like my process a little bit. So the design process starts for me in an app called Procreate. Now I am no artist, but I can sort of doodle onto these little mannequins. So you can actually get a little template like this, which is like a fashion mannequin, and you can draw on there what you've got in your head. So I start with that, and then I start to draw some little outfits, and you can see here that's a capri pant with a nice little 3/4 crop top. And then I essentially create a bunch of these, and then I decide which ones are my favorite. The number of iterations that we went through with this hardware is actually outrageous because most of the options are either very shiny, which I don't really like. I like the more brushed brass look, and a lot of them have little holes on the side there where then you have like a stitch on the side, which also I didn't like. I wanted it to be extremely minimal and sleek, and I'm so happy with the result of what we've come up with. So now that you've seen the hardware that we've landed on, you might have noticed that we've slightly updated the logo. So we've given the entire brand a little bit of a refresh. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but Kane's actually an award-winning designer by trade.
Multi-award-winning designer.
So sorry.
The font that we have for our type mark, the actual word SLINKII, it's beautiful, it's very minimal and very thin, but it looks a little bit hard to read. So we've fattened up the font. It's not really noticeable, but it's definitely much more readable. We've got this beautiful new wide font for the heading font, still very narrow and thin, but because it's a wider font, it reads really well, even at small sizes. So again, we're trying to consider mobile all the way through here. And then we've paired it with its actual paired font underneath in a slightly lighter brown. And the color palette that we've chosen actually is related to the palette that Pia has used for this collection. Kane
has been very busy designing the website completely from scratch. So it's actually a full custom build as well. And honestly, we're so lucky that he knows how to do all this sort of stuff.
I hugely regret this, by the way. I could have just gone and spent $300 and bought a Shopify theme, but I decided, no, I'm gonna make my own one. And I thought that would take me maybe 5 days. And so far it's been 5 weeks.
So with our pre-launch email flow, we are using Klaviyo, which is absolutely the best tool to do this. And we didn't use that when we had SLINKII last time. So I feel like we never really nailed the email marketing side of things.
So when you enter your email address, and you can do this right now if you want to try it out, you're gonna get an email that looks a bit like this. The pictures might change, these are dummy photos, so don't hold me to that. But basically a confirmation that says, congratulations, you're in. There's a nice little message from Pia here and a few little pictures here.
This basically is confirming that you're in the mailing list for early access.
Yes, exactly. Now here's where Klaviyo is very cool. So this is on day 1. Now, 2 days later, automatically, the customer gets a second email. And this one is a bit more of a storytelling email. We're opening up to the customer. A bit more emotion is in the copy, and we just basically expand upon the fact that the reason we're doing this is because you guys asked us to. So this one goes out on day 7, which is 4 days after day 3, and the title of this is called Exactly As It Was. The fabric that you loved is back. And again, we're going to incorporate more social proof here because our customers love this product.
5 days later, they then get another email. And this one is a little bit of a background about me and also the mood of the SLINKII collection. So we've got some mood boarding images there. And then we've got some images of me and Kane, and we're sort of introducing ourselves. So to the people who don't really know who we are, who've just stumbled on SLINKII and signed up to this, this is essentially our like one-on-one introduction.
So day 16 is the Easter egg. It's the one more thing, which is my idea. I came up with that phrase entirely by myself.
Basically, SLINKII is for the girls, and we wanted to make menswear, but we could never wrap our head around making menswear with the logo SLINKII on it, because I just think it's such a feminine word. So we've had to come up with something completely unique for the boys.
And I'm not going to tell you the name yet, but this is the logo. It's my little doggy, Muesli, forever embodied in a little logo there. So the menswear has a little dog logo. Obviously, SLINKII still has the old logo, and that's the same. But now we can cover both men and women, which is kind of cool. And that ends the web flow. So basically, whatever day you decide to sign up, you might be watching this today and sign up, or you might be watching it in 10 days and sign up, you're going to go through that, 16-day process of receiving 5 emails. We obviously have a fixed launch date, which we know. What happens if you've got all those emails going out, but it approaches too close to the launch date? Well, Klaviyo's got that covered, which is super cool. So the flow is dynamic. That happens on day 1. You go in and you enter this flow of emails, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we also have campaigns set up 7 days out, 1 day out, launch day, and the day after. They're fixed, and those campaigns go out on the dates that we set. These emails look like this. The T-7 email, which reveals the launch date and your coupon code for early access. 1 day out, we get a reminder saying, hey guys, it's tomorrow, that's going out, make sure you set your alarms. Then we have the campaign launch email, which actually then will reveal all of the collection that Piers designed.
So essentially the people on the mailing list are going to have an access code so that 1 day before we actually publish the website live to the public, they can access it with that code.
Yeah.
Because there are limited, it's a small collection and there are limited numbers. So yeah, given the interest that we've gotten, if you are interested in this, definitely jump on the mailing list so that you can get in the day before, because we think it's going to go kind of gangbusters.
Yeah, it will.
So we think that these email flows are a really nice way for people to get introduced to the brand, and the flows and the emails themselves are really easy to create. So let me show you how you do that. Basically in Klaviyo, you can create this flow by starting a trigger event. Now this trigger event is when someone gets added to the mailing list. And personally, how I'm driving traffic to the mailing list is through social media. People who comment on SLINKII related posts get an automatic direct message to their inbox basically saying, hi, thank you so much for commenting. If you would like to be added to the mailing list, please pop your email below. But it goes one step further than that. We can also ask what kind of things this customer might be interested in. So there might be a little poll in their inbox saying, are you interested in Pilates or swimwear or menswear? And they can select immediately right then and there. And then that gets segmented into different groups in our mailing list so that we don't waste time sending emails that people aren't interested in.
It's actually a good point, specifically for SLINKII, because half of our audience are here for the swimwear and the other half are here for activewear, but they may not actually cross over. If they do, great. To be able to segment them that way is really handy, and it prevents them getting annoyed and unsubscribing.
Yeah, exactly. And the next thing that happens in the flow is you get an email. You're in, SLINKII is coming back, and that email looks like this.
Now, what's very cool about flows is you can add time delays. Here we've got a time delay, and if I wanted to add another one, I could literally just go over here on the left-hand side with logic, under logic, and click time delay and drag it in and add it right there. Then we've got email 2, waits another 4 days, email 3, waits another 4 days, email 4, This one waits 5 days, and then the final email where we reveal the menswear. What's cool about this, let's say I wanted to add another time delay, I can just click here and drag it out. Time delay, let's do this one 3 days. Save. So now we've got the system waiting another 3 days, and if you want to add another email, I'll just go email here, drag it to there, boom. We can set our subject line, our preview text, who the sender is. From there we click here and go edit. This editor is very easy, I have to say.
You can see on the left here, there's like different sections that you can add there. So you can add a title, you can add a text section, you can add images. It's largely image based these days for these kind of campaign emails. So you can just drag a bunch of different images and then literally put in your creative there. But there's also buttons, and it's linked obviously to your Shopify. So if you want to promote a particular collection, you can literally drag those products on there and they will link directly to your Shopify. So when the customer sees that email and they click it, they'll go directly to that product on your website. Don't forget to put the links, babe.
Yeah, so if you wanted to make this a link, I can just click there and this link address will go to www.slinkii.com, and suddenly that is now a clickable and trackable area in the email. And that is now, as you can see, linked.
So I'm sure you know what a cart abandonment email is, right? Like when you add something to the cart and then you abandon it, suddenly a couple of hours later you have an email in your inbox going, oh, are you still thinking about this? Well, Klaviyo also has a feature called browse abandonment, and this is not as popular for brands, but I think it's going to be a game changer for us, because if you go on the SLINKII website and you simply click into a product and browse it, we can actually see that. And then if you abandon the website, we can send you a custom email with that product that piqued your interest and go, hey, are you still considering this?
You can see here the trigger metric is basically viewed product. So this is connected to Shopify. I don't know how they're doing it behind the scenes. It's very, very clever. But basically, if you view a product, it will wait, in this instance, 2 hours, the same time trigger that we had before. And then it will send you a browse abandonment email, which looks like this. I love this dynamic stuff because it means that every person gets a very custom experience. And this here is a dynamic product. So this is the actual product you were looking at with the actual price and the actual photo. So it won't be the same for everyone. If I go onto the site and Pia goes onto the site, we're gonna get 2 separate emails with 2 separate products, which is so cool. It kind of reduces the barrier and the friction to making that purchase. And if you want, you can then click shop now and it will take you straight to the cart with this product in the cart, which I think is brilliant.
Okay, so that is where we are at with the pre-launch email strategy at the moment. I hope this is interesting to you guys. I know in the last one that we did, we have a bunch of other entrepreneurs. And to be honest, if you are someone that has a lot of expertise in this, we would love some feedback, because we're all just learning as we're doing this.
Don't say that. We're going to get pitched by a load of people that want to design better websites than I've designed.
Thank you so much to Klaviyo for sponsoring this series. It is the absolute perfect partnership for us at the moment. If you guys are interested in using the system, I'll leave a link below for you guys so you can go check it out. We've come from the middle of Onti, which by the way, looks incredible for photo shoots. And like every day we've been waking up and going past the little, like the coastline, which has like a beach and all these yachts in the background and everything. And now today we went on this massive mission to go to this beach because I saw some amazing photos of it. And all right, it's not giving what I was hoping.
No one else is gonna find this spot, I can tell you that. That looks cool.
Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of what I'm after.
We have found a cool spot. I am shooting today on the A7R5. This is a perfect camera to do photos like this because it means we can blow them up as big as we want them. Also, I love shooting stuff like out in the real world on this camera because you can literally burst mode it and then you get those kind of little like micro movements and stuff. This is our sexy model today. He's gonna put on a few of his shorts and we'll get some shots here because this is absolutely amazing.
I'm at the point now where I realise I probably should have started going to the gym about 1.5 years ago.
Whip it off, baby.
So this is the collection we are shooting today, including the ones I'm wearing right now, but they're very south of France, which is why we wanted to shoot them here. Look at them, like you can just imagine being at a beach club here with these, or the same thing in kind of maroon and white. And then I love these with the single triple stripe at the bottom, narrow stripe with the navy and white, narrow stripes in shades of red, a white short with a single triple stripe at the bottom, and then we also have the navy and white inverted.
Also, they have a pocket in the back here with a little Velcro so you can secure your belongings. And they are swimming shorts, so you've got the netted underpants inside essentially. So
Which is ironic given that I still can't swim, but you know, it is what it is.
Kane's more of an après swim guy. All right, let's get shooting, baby. Where are you going?
I'm going to be down there by the water.
In the water?
Not in the water, of course. Water is dangerous. We don't do water.
What do you guys think? Do you reckon we can do some shots here? I think that looks really nice. Kane, by the seaside.
We should call this collection Near the Sea, but not in it. Because sharks. We should definitely do that.
Oh, wow. Yes, babe. This looks awesome, baby. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, these are actually turning out stunning. I can't wait to show you guys these photos. I'm having too much fun with this change of... He's just asked for a helicopter to get chopping back up here. Okay. This is quite the adventure shoot. So I wanted to get some of those rocks in the background, not just the sea, and then that beautiful little turquoise little bay there. Oh, this is stunning.
Oh, these are cool.
I know, aren't they awesome?
Oh, that is so, wow, you got it perfect.
I
Look
know.
at the logo.
I know.
Make a wish.
Do you want me to blow it?
Yeah.
No! Oh, okay, this is what we're working with now. We have everything we want. We've got some umbrellas, we've got some turquoise water. There's a building in the background there. Yes, babe. See that villa there in the background? I would love a little bit of that in the background. So we need to get you down here and just walking around, then we'll have immediately got turquoise blue water and the beautiful pencil pines and a villa in the background and everything.
We're down to the last pair of shorts to shoot, and Pia wants to go to the restaurant that we walked past on the way in. So these are meant to be shorts for long lunches, so I guess we're going to have a long lunch now.
So it is crunch time. We have a very exciting but a very busy month ahead of us. The SLINKII photo shoot is scheduled for a couple of weeks. Then Kane still needs to finish his custom build website.
Yep, HTML baby.
And we have to do all of the creative for the launches and everything. So it's going to be a busy month, but it is very fun.
If Red Bull want to sponsor us, now'd be a great time.
Seriously. Actually, I do have an espresso, so I'm good.
Oh yeah, true, you're fine.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this update episode. We'll keep you posted on the progress that we make, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.